Hey guys, how we doing? That's my bad, Jungle. I turned down the wrong one. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Thank you. I turned down the wrong channel. Yeah, you were right. Yeah. One of these days it'll be smooth. Not today, but one of these days. Is the audio good now? Should be good now. Yeah. Let me turn the music off. Let's have a look. But yeah, let's see. There it is. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look. We got there. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah. Before, so when the stream went down like 6 months ago and it all buggered up, I had like the loop deck thing, which is all the channel mixers and everything was all plugged in and set up with the buttons, and I haven't set it up again on the new system, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Ed, how you doing? Jengel, is that how you say your name? Jengel? Have you been here before? I don't recognise the name, but I am going senile, so good to have you in here anyway. Let's have a look. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a chat about some lights today, and long story short, some of you know, but been in contact with Nanlite, and they're going to be sending me over some lights to have a look at in more detail. They've also got a brand new product coming out in February that they want to send me as well. Obviously, I can't talk about that. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of close up some thoughts on some previous lights that I'd kind of looked at and spoken to you guys about. And, you know, those lights being like the Godox LED head, like the single unit head, and then more recently been testing a bunch of the lights from Zheng, Chinese brand that brought out some really incredible lights. Now, one thing to note is that all of these lights are kind of like the single point heads, right? So like the old strobes that you're used to with pretty much all of them I've used have been Bowen's S-Fit. So yeah, so just want to chat about those and a couple of differences between them, some of the things that are kind of nice, some of the things that are like pain in the ass and that sort of stuff. And then it'll be kind of nice to kind of look at what Nanlite are doing in the new year and kind of cover that. Yeah. Oh, it's Chris. Oh, how you doing, Chris? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and it's Jungle, just odd spelling for it. Chris. Okay, no worries. So we also will be going through images as well. So let's scoot back over here a second. We'll be going through some images. So if people got any images they want to share, then they can do so. Do so in this week's Share a Shoot, which is just over here. Get this all sorted out. And let's bring this in. Difficult to kind of do this until it's live. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so let's grab a link for this, and if anybody wants to share any images for us to look at, we can do. Pop it in there, and we'll go through some shots. We got a bunch there. Got some good ones as always. Yeah, I mean they're all good really. We've got one exception there, but we'll allow it. Yeah, good. So yeah, if you want to share some work, have a look at, I'll just give some little bits of feedback here and there, and we can kind of have a play, maybe take some into Photoshop and that sort of thing. And another thing I kind of wanted to mention, which I forgot to mention, but somebody else brought up, was, let's have a look. I think somebody mentioned it. I think it's actually in this post. Actually, to be fair, I think somebody mentioned it in here. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. So Steve popped a link in here, which is great because he was like, you'll be seeing this product, you want to check it out. So he said, yeah. So Steve said, you're not sure you've come across this, but it's the new Blair Light C Link. Came across it at the Gaffer Gear review on YouTube. So I appreciate that, Steve. And yeah, if you guys have got you've seen any products like that, because I actually hadn't heard of this. So if anybody's got any products or bits and pieces, or news related to photography that kind of wanted to bring up or something like that, or look at, then that would help out a ton. Bottom line. So you can either pop it on chat, and I think I can, for example, can I allow you to post links momentarily? So some people you can you can just add them. I thought there was a thing that you could make them able to post a link. But yeah, so the easiest thing is just to either pop it in the share a shoot link I've just given you, and pop a link in there, and I'll refresh it and take a look. And but yeah, I haven't looked at this. Let's see what this is. Let's copy this link. Copy link address. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's have a look. So Aperture Storm 1200X. Okay. Bit of a monster. 1200 watts. Bit of a beast, right? Aperture's announced a new light fixture, Storm 1200X, a portable cob lamp that introduces a new light engine called Blair. According to the company, it produces a full white light spectrum with accurate colors and affects natural surfaces like skin in a way that no LED has been able to before. I mean, it's pretty bold. That's pretty bold. Again, yeah, I'm not familiar with the tech of that. Seems I mean, I know marketing has free reign to do what it wants these days, but I mean, that's pretty bold. As the other lights features increases the competitors. 1 month after announcing, Aperture returns with the announcement of the Aperture Storm 1200, a cob fixture the company anticipates will become a workhorse in the industry. The fixture introduces the Blair light engine, blue, lime, amber, indigo, red. See what they did there? Blair, clever. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong though, but haven't these multicolored chips been around in the past, right? I mean, because obviously the typical LED light is red, green, and blue, yeah, the RGB, and then we're seeing more and more of these lights coming along with blue, lime, amber, indigo, and red. Although I'm sure I've definitely seen multicolored ones. I don't know what's different about this Blair one. That's interesting. Yeah. Kelvin, which is a lighting brand, if people aren't aware, got a 6-color light engine. So yeah, okay. So what Kai's saying there is that we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's get this shit off my desk. So Kelvin EPOS 300. Let's have a look. Kelvin light, there we go. So this has got full color spectrum, LED, V mount. So RGB ACL. So yeah, so Kai's right. So 6-color light engine. Brilliant, call it light engine, yeah. So what we got? So red, green, and blue, and then what? Amber, cyan, and lime, right? Does it say anywhere? But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, which would be the kind of like the in between colors, right? In between red, green, and blue, you're going to have the amber, The cyan and the lime. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Kai's point there is that that's covering, the primaries, if you like, and then it's covering everything in between. So six would make sense. See that LED wall they've got behind? Nice. That's a pretty cool way to use it, to be fair. Is this sponsored by Twitter? The hell? So I've got it muted at the moment because it's probably got music that would copyright strike me, so I'm just going to leave the music off. So there you get red, indigo. Okay, so they're doing it in the kind of pentagram as opposed to the 6. Yeah, CRI 95 plus. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's pretty standard. You're seeing a lot of 97s and stuff now. So +1, both in the green and the magenta. Again, pretty standard. IP65. See, they're all doing this now. Yeah. I'm not saying Roguelite did it first, but everybody started to do it after Roguelite brought out that Nova. Bowen's mount as well, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, nothing crazy there. I'm going to features unless I'm missing something. I'm going to features of the new, because this is this is. According to the company, it produces a full white light spectrum with accurate colors and affects natural surfaces like skin in a way no other LED has done before. I need to look at that. Maybe I need to, because Steve mentioned a guy that did a review on it, and went into more detail. But like that video that they had didn't mention anything like that. So yeah, something to keep an eye on. 1200. I wonder how much money that is. Oh, there you go. The new Aperture Storm 1200 will set you back $3,000. Okay. So I mean, that's 1200. I mean, that's a lot of juice. It is a lot of juice. Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's full color. Yeah. Okay. The 1200 is so. I mean, so plenty of us have got maybe 150 watt light, right? I got one here which we can look at in a minute. The Godox one is 150. So to go up to 300 is one stop, 600 is another stop, and then 1200. So the 1200 sounds like, wow, it sounds like huge, but you got to remember it's only 3 stops up from a 150 or 2 stops up from a 300. So there's a difference between shooting at ISO 100 or 400, So you pay a lot for that. For those extra stops. Well, it's the same with lenses, right? You pay a ton of money for the extra wide lenses. Interesting. Yeah, so I appreciate you putting that over, Steve. Yeah. Indigo is new and obviously no green. Yeah. Yeah. So they had. So where is the spectrum they had here? Oh, I see what you're saying, Steve. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that. So what Steve is saying here, there's no green. So like the 6th color that's missing is the green one here that the Kelvin has, wherever it is, RGB ACL, which is kind of typical. And what they're saying is they don't have the green at all. Yeah, well done, Steve. I didn't actually, because I just assumed RGB. I just assumed it was there. Yeah, well done. I didn't even pick up on that. That's interesting. Okay, so okay, I wonder if that's. I don't know. I'd have to see that in practice. But I mean, nobody likes green, so I mean, yeah, fuck it, ditch it. Not much of a look at. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, yeah. It's the world we live in, Paul. You'd think that it wouldn't matter, but you talking about this one? The Aperture's not much of a looker, or Kelvin not much of a looker? I kind of like this. This is very Hideo Kojima, modern futurist kind of style. Yeah, both. You don't like both. Fair enough, man. Yeah, fair enough. Etienne, how you doing, mate? I don't know. I think this is cool. I really like the Kelvin stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it's different, right? And Jeune did that as well. They brought out some different kind of lights. Aperture. I mean, at this point, Aperture that's just kind of their look, and that's fine. But kind of standard, yeah. Nanlite Forza 60C is RGBALC, so that's amber, lime, cyan, just like the Kelvin, right? Which is the same thing, yeah. ACL, yeah, or ALC, yeah, whatever, yeah. Okay, so that's their principle as well. They use that chip as well, do they? Okay, so it'd be interesting. So I mean, I've asked for. Jesus Christ, they never have any sensible names. Yeah, Nanlite, what 500 watt color LED. Yeah, so I think it's the FC thing here. I think, yeah. So have a look at this, and we'll get the spotlight and stuff as well to test that. But I presume this will be the same thing, right? The ACL. It's got to be right. It's got to be. Oh, that's the bicolor spot. Sorry. Okay. So where's the color one? I need to get up to speed on. Oh, there you go. It's got to be that one then. I presume 500 watts color. This is RGB, and then we'll see. Yeah, I'm not seeing the ACL there, but I could be wrong. They just mentioned RGB. Okay, we'll see. See what their new product in February. See what that brings. But they seem pretty keen about it. I need to look into that. Yeah, I can't see it. Just says it there. Yeah. First line. RGBW. Thank you. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, there you go. RGB. So RGB and then the white. Yeah. So it isn't. So it's not using that other chip. Okay. 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 I mean, it seems to be like this ACL RGB ACL thing is definitely being pushed by a lot of brands. Yeah, we'll see. I got one of the small Kelvins, and I also got similarly sized Nanlite 60s. Can I tell the difference? No, not at all. But the Kelvin app is far superior. Really, Kai? That's interesting. Okay, I presume. I mean, yeah. Okay, apps are a nightmare. Like again, like the Jeune app, awesome. Like incredible. Like one of the best apps I've used. And it's just I was not expecting it at all. It's just super clean, simple, instant, no fuss. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of bigger brands out there that don't have their app together. Yeah. Forza is the more pro line, comes in better case of DMX. Okay, I need to double check, Steve. Yeah, I need to double check what they are sending. So yeah, maybe that's my fault. But it's kind of getting the spotlight attachment as well, because I want to see, because I use the Godox projection or spotlight, whatever it's called, which is super clean. Like in terms of the lens on the front, it's super clean. And obviously you've got the Aperture one and you've got the Nanlite one. So it'll be interesting to see what the Nanlite projection lens is doing. Yeah, it'd be cool. An app that lets find the light fast and connects every single time. Magic. It makes me wonder why the simple feature is so hard to get right. Guy, I agree. And that's exactly what the Jeune does. You just turn it on and it's like there. I'm not having to scan a QR code or any nonsense or remember the serial number that's already like suspended up above the model. It's just like, yeah, I know. It just like simple stuff like that. I don't need anything fancy. I just want to be able to turn it up and down and change the color. I don't think I'm asking for much, but a lot of them struggle with the connectivity. I mean, a lot of the complaints seem to be the new security features on Apple. A lot of them struggle to keep updated with the security features of it talking, like communicating backwards and forwards. Obviously, Apple phones hate any sort of attempt to kind of access come in, so any kind of signal coming in, and that's changing all the time. So a lot of the companies struggle to be updated with it. That's that's just what I heard anyway. So, so we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, keep an eye on this. Interesting claim. Interesting claim there on the on the 5 colors, and you know, a full white light spectrum with accurate colors and affects natural surfaces like skin in a way no other LED has done before. That's bold. That's bold. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. The CRI of like 95 was kind of interesting. Yeah, I was kind of expecting it. You know, I mean, 97 is fairly standard now, but yeah, you know, we'll see. It's interesting that they chose to light this with a flash that couldn't capture water as well. I'm not, you know, I get it. You know, they make lights. They're not photographers, but I thought maybe you could have got somebody to keep the water crisp in the shot. But that's just me. Yeah, it's true, Steve, about the DMX. That is kind of a staple on anything on set now. Yeah. What else we got here? So Profoto had a couple of bits as well. So Profoto launches a new ultra fast monolight with split-second capture. So kind of just talking about that, right? Capturing water, right? So they're bringing out the new monolight here. So 750 watts. So a lot of juice, right? A lot of juice, and you know, that's going to be just a single enclosed head, like we used to with a monoblock. You guys know what a monoblock is. Either separately or in a kit of 2 flashes. The new strobe is designed to handle split-second action, fast-paced shots. So let's see, is there any stats on this? So, robust 750 watts, yeah. LED modeling lamp, cool. Precision lighting, output rated. Okay. Fast recycling time, yeah. Unmatched flash duration, freeze motion, speeds of up to 75,000 seconds. So yeah, that is quick, right? I mean, 4,000th of a second is going to capture most stuff. So 75,000th, I mean, that is very, very quick. Yeah, impressive. 11 stops with range. That's a lot. Really? Jesus. That's huge. That range is huge. So like you think about a lot of strobes, it might only be 6 stops, right? I mean, it already starts off at like 4 or 2, and then it goes up to like maybe 10. So yeah, 11 stops of power range there. Wow. Okay, down to 0.8. Okay, that might not seem like a big deal, but trust me, it is. When you need just a tiny amount of light, even like a 250 watt strobe, like a lot of the strobes will have the same baseline, right? So whether you got, like, I used to have old Bowen strobes that had 1,000 watt, like a 500, and like maybe a 400 or whatever it was, but all of them had the same base power, right? So regardless of the top end, they would only go down to the same, they would only go down to the bottom end of, like, let's say 5.6, whatever, you know what I mean? It would only go down as low. So some of these new lights coming out with these very low bottom end, really useful, especially for, I don't know, if you're doing like baby portraits, or, you know, like maternity and that sort of stuff. You know, we blast in the baby, like the sleeping baby, with a strobe and that sort of thing. So just a kiss of it can help as well. The other thing with flash is that's really nice with this, right? We're doing, I don't know about you, but we're doing a lot of LED work now. So we've got a lot of LEDs on site or on set. Now I'm in a fortunate position that I've got the Rotalights that can flash. So I'm able to use the Rotalite flash now when I'm doing kind of long exposure work and that sort of thing. But a lot of the time you can't use a flash with LEDs, because even when they're at their lowest power, they're still too bright to be used in conjunction with LEDs. So this is kind of interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. That is a little. That's just a kiss of light. That is. Yeah. 60 minutes continuous shooting at full power. Okay. I mean, I guess you're not going to be doing that anyway, but you know, I'm sure you can plug it in. Range diffusers and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I mean, look, Profoto have got their faults, but their design and interface and that sort of stuff is gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. So B3 excels in environments where speed is key, ultra fast, recycling time of 0.01 seconds is crazy. 75,000 free mode, split second leap of an athlete to the flutter of a bird's wings. The Pro B3 can deliver consistent high power flashes to capture every detail. Interesting though, right? Isn't it? I mean, like, you know, more and more, well, not, but like so many brands these days are bringing out LEDs. I mean, it's not often we get a new monoblock coming out, a flash monoblock. Yeah, I got my new system. I haven't installed the ad blocker. It just became very apparent. Yeah, so it's interesting that we got, you know, seeing new. I mean, I haven't seen a strobe in forever, right? So here we go. Is the price $4,000? So the Pro Photo 750 model is available $4,000 dollars as well. $4,000 Christ. So you know, or you get a bargain for two. So all of a sudden, this fella down here, 1200 watts for $3,000 is not looking so crazy, right? But this is a specialist piece of kit. I mean, I don't know, but some of the stats there are not to be sniffed at. A huge range, 11 stops of range, 75,000th of a second. Yeah, as a specialist bit of kit, TTL as well, high speed sync. Yeah, I mean all the standards, but decent bit of kit for sure. Yeah. Nothing sells light output better than not having enough to freeze the water droplets. Savage. I know. I shouldn't have said anything, right? I should just keep my mouth shut, but I just sometimes, man. Sometimes I just can't. What else did Profoto had? I just got an email earlier on to say they're bringing out these kind of new beauty dishes. So these are kind of pop-up beauty dishes, right? So this is just going to be, you know, the white and the silver here, but these will be pop-up ones. What size is that? It doesn't actually look that big, or it might be. Is it 360 quid? So see, okay, so that's a decent size for a beauty dish. So collapsible beauty dish. I mean, look, it's a lot of money, but it's Pro Photo. What are you going to do? That's interesting. Yeah, deep. That's deep. I think that'd be good. I mean, that's so long overdue. I cannot believe it's taken them this long. If I can make that thing, and then you got the silver one as well. Obviously, the white is going to be more versatile for, you know, regular Joes like you and I, but the silver is going to be good for, you know, fashion editorial stuff, just to give it a little bit more crunch to some of the colours. Yeah. I mean, look, it's good. That is going to be good. I can't see that's not going to be good. That's going to be outstanding, really. I mean, far better than a regular softbox. And like I said, long overdue, pricey, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. Does anybody in here shoot Pro Photo? I think a bunch of you do, or normally when we're doing the streams, a bunch of people do. I mean, who's shooting flash actually, like regularly? I mean, I've still got my flashes, but I'm not really using them. Ed, you use them? Okay. Does this sort of beauty dish interest you, or do you already have a beauty dish, Ed? Is this sort of thing thinking, oh, like, wow, yeah, this is about damn time, or what? Flashpoint, yeah, use Flashpoint. So, Chris, Flashpoint is what, the American version of Godox, right? Do they just put a name on it? We have Pixar here. Is that right? Flashpoint, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah. Guy says Studio Rent got Pro Photo Lights and Godox depending on studio space. Yeah, fair. Yeah. So Paul says just flash, no LED. Okay, what flash are you using, Paul? And Anders is using Godox. Okay, so S-Fit, yeah, the Bowman's mount, yeah. Chris, correct on Flashpoint, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, have an older version of the soft beauty dish. Oh, okay. So what was the older version like then? Is it even still a thing? I bet you can't get them anymore, right? Was it branded or not? Collapsible reflectors, does that count? No, definitely not. beauty dish. Oh, that looks like an old one there. Yeah, that look, oh yeah, this one, right? This one, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, see, like, this is the this is the issue with some of these pop-up ones and these older ones. This is actually really interesting. So let's look at this. Now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this to you guys before, right? Let's have a look. So, what Godox beauty dish? Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is the new ones. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, so the new one that they've brought out is this, right? And this is the old Bowens design that we worked on a million years ago, and this is the shape that you want to be looking for, right? And the cheaper beauty dishes just don't have that. It's just like straight out, yeah? So you may have seen some of the crappy ones here, right? So it's like the old one here. Can you kind of see how, I bet you it won't show the like the side profile, but can you kind of see how it's just, yeah, you can't really see it, because can you see how it's not as deep, and it just goes straight down like that, yeah? These are the ones you don't want. You want to watch out for those. I don't think I can find one where it's got the side view. Again, another one there, right? You see how it just goes straight out. Now I'm good. I don't like it that much. So those are the ones that you want to avoid, right? These real deep, beautiful, deep dishes ones. These are the ones you want. So this is why I can see this new Profoto one doing really well. So you see the shape of this compared to the old one, just like straight out, right? It's just dishing out way too much light. Hasn't really got the same control. Whereas these deeper ones and that Godox one, if you guys don't have that Godox one, honestly, this is, so I mean, I've got the OG Bowens ones. I've got the white and the silver one. If I've been using this as my key light modifier for, nearly 10 years, and I won't use anything else. This is so good. The light from this is so clean. It's crazy. And that's what you want, the one, that deep curve. So I could see the Profoto one here doing a lot better than, no offense to this kind of one that was pretty ropey. Yeah. Do you think it works just as good as proper beauty dish? Great question, Sam. And I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be way closer than this is. But yeah, I mean, I've got a pop-up beauty dish here that I bought in Hong Kong, like, I don't know, close to 10 years ago, just for kind of transport wise, and it's actually surprisingly good. But it's got that, I mean, it's got, I don't know, like 12 struts in it or something like that, so it's damn near round anyway, and it's super deep. It's got that bulbous look, and we've covered this on here before, and I'll just show you. Right, so this is the old beauty dish, but look how clean that light is, right? This is real close, so almost no hot spotting at all. And I know I'm always preaching on that about, so I won't bore you again with it, but you can see like a regular softbox hotspot that immediately fades off into a grad, and you can see with the beauty dish, it's like night and day. Beautiful. So very, very even across, and that's what that curve is giving you. Now you don't get quite the same look with the more acute ones without the kind of the bowl shape, but yeah. So to answer your question, Sam, I think it's going to be closer. I would need to test it on a light like this. So a light like this, where, let's have a look. Let's have a look at so we got the white and the silver one here. I would use a silver one for my proper dish, right? So if I was buying like one of these proper ones, I would get a silver one. It's going to be excellent. I would not use a silver one of this, because it's not going to have the same curve. And this is very shiny. You're going to have struts. It's going to have flat panels in there. I would be very wary. Again, I'd need to test it, but I would be very wary of buying a silver one that is pop-up like this, because it's going to have like specular elements on that you may see. So I think I do an example here. Let's have a look. So you kind of see, right, this is a silver here. You kind of see it's got like kind of speckly, right? So you've got to be careful with that, because it will have flat elements and that sort of thing that will reflect more light than something else. So you just got to be careful of that. So to answer your question, yeah, I think it'd be pretty good. If I was getting this, I would get the white one. If I was getting like a proper one, it would be like this all day without question, and then either the white or the silver would be fine. Yeah. Provo 24-inch SCF. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So as Ed talking about the pop-up one that we just saw. Chris said, I did just get a Nanlite 300B, but haven't gotten to give it a full test run yet. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how you get on with that, Chris. Yeah. You got the white version. Okay, good. Yeah, good. I mean, that'll help as well. I mean, this one here in the white is going to be. Yeah, because I have a feeling that would have been. I mean, you can even see it here, right? You can see where it's got brighter elements and that sort of thing. So, yeah, the whiter one is going to be way more forgiving. Yeah. Anyone using MagMod light modifiers? They have just released a new kind of portable beauty dish. Oh, really, Enders? Okay, you got a link? Jaw-dropping shots with MagMod Beauty Dish. Must buy. Let's have a look. Special order. So is this the fella? Is this it, Kai? It's supposed to be compact alternative to traditional dish. I mean, yeah, because you can fold it away, and the beauty dishes are amazing, but they're a pain in the ass to travel on locations and stuff with. So, I mean, I think it's kind of like you need both for me. Like for me, I have both, right? So I'm going to have one that I can travel with on location. I do always take my solid, like hard beauty dish with me, but you know, I should really. I shouldn't go through the effort, but yeah, like having both is going to be easier. Yeah, that's like the one I do have. Yeah, the shallow ones. Honestly, Paul, I think, look, I try it. Like Godox have, I don't know what happened to the patent or whatever it was, but Godox used to make the crappy ones, right? The like the sheer ones, and it literally this year they've been now made the exact same design as what I got two of them here. Right, and so whether the patent has become available or whatever it is, you know, maybe you know, I'm sure, you know what, Godox is a bit fast and loose with patents, so you know they're able to do it now. But honestly, man, I think getting get the white one, put a sock on that, it's beautiful. You do a lot of kind of wider shots as well, where you're seeing more of the body. I think that'd be great, especially in a space where you can't put the light up far away to kind of reduce that hotspot. So beauty dish in sort of your studio where you maybe got lower ceilings, I think could be good. Yeah. Sam says, do you use beauty dishes as a key when you use the Rhodolite EOS kit as fill, or do you use the third EOS as a key? So good question, Sam. I use. It was here actually. I was going to talk about it in a minute anyway, but yeah, so because this is essentially a beauty dish, right? In the fact that it's very very even spread of light. Yeah, so in there it's giving you this beautiful collimated light. So this was the reason I switched to Rhodolite years ago. Like that's as goes on the truth was because of how clean that EOS is as a key light. It's because you have, you know, hundreds of little lights giving out a very even spread of light as opposed to it coming from a single point, right? And I know I've spoken about this on here. Let's have a look. 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100 Let's see. 2 seconds. So, I've said this to you guys before, but like the most beautiful light there is sunlight, and that's because it's collimated light, which is these parallel lines. We can kind of trick it with Fresnel lenses and parabolic reflectors, but this is what the rotolight is doing, because I tend to use my rotolights in like real close, like arms reach away from the model, which means that this is a normal strobe coming from a single point. Yeah, so the light is coming out like that, which is why you get these kind of fuzzy shadows, and it's just not clean. And you certainly have it's brighter here in the middle as opposed to the outsides. There's 1,000,001 kind of downsides to it, but using a panel like this where it's an even spread of light and bring that in close, that means that my entire face of the subject has the same exposure, right? There's no hotspots at all. So if I was using strobes, Beauty Dish all day, because like we've seen, that's collimating the light. It has that diffusion cone in the middle. Light is hitting that, and it's then being spread around that beautiful curve. Or either LEDs, which is what I use now, this is even cleaner because we have hundreds of little lights as opposed to one bright one. Yeah. I use ProPhoto OCF Beauty Dish a lot. While it's nice, it's very portable and easy to build, it does not compare to the light of a real Beauty Dish. Hey, that's fair, Ed. Yeah, that's fair. And that's great to hear from somebody who's using it. I know it sounds like I was kind of bashing it there, but yeah, that's great to hear. And that's what like there's pros and cons to both things, right? You have the convenience of a portable Beauty Dish, but it's not going to be quite as good as like this beautiful custom built curve. Yeah. I forget whether your Rotolight set up. It's all the AOS is a mix of flash and key. I mean, even when I'm using flash, I'm using the flash on the Rotolights. So the last time I used flash was like May this year, and I haven't used it in years before that. It was because I was doing a shoot in a hair salon, and it was like a bank of windows. So middle of the day, bank of windows, and we were doing a hair shoot in the salon, and I was like, if there's direct sunlight that comes in there, LEDs are great, but they got limits, right? So flash was just there to kind of, I could have got away with the Rotolights because we didn't have any direct light, but I didn't want to take that risk. Yeah. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, we got lost, didn't we? Yeah. So back once, there we go. This fella here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the back of it. Oh, it's collapsible. I was like, what the? Okay. So that's cool. I mean, you could probably put that. What's the size of that? I mean, that's a... Look, I don't know. I haven't tested it, right? I don't know. So I honestly don't know. If you said, would I rather spend 200 quid on that, or it's for me personally, there's just no way that is going to produce the same even quality of light, in my opinion, as that for 100 quid less. So this is SFIT, right? Or is it something else? Boom, boom, boom. I mean, yes, it is collapsible. So I guess you could go, well, if you were going to get a collapsible one, we got this cone here. It's interesting, yeah. Look, it seems like a lot of money for what it is, personally. Yeah. What are you supposed to be using this with? Oh, he's got it on the old. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. These domes things, interesting. Clever idea for kind of like gels, CTO gels. So you got, I mean, 20 quid for a CTO gel that you can pop on there. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like the idea of it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, come not the cases. I mean, there's a lot of money. The grid as well, a lot of money. Yeah. 20 inch is kind of like the baseline. You don't want any smaller than that. Yeah. Or maybe you can use the grid outside the sock, which I think is unique. Would that make any difference, Anders? So on the Magmos Beauty Dish, you can use the grid outside the sock, which I think is unique. Yeah. So remember, the grid is not changing the quality of light in any way. All it's doing is kind of focusing it. So I guess maybe you would have like a softer edge to the kind of pool of light that you're casting. But wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know whether it would be the same. I think it would pretty just be the same whether you have the grid on the inside or the outside. Yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah. The only difference would be it would be like an inch further in or out. So I don't know. I just did a workshop with Zhiyun. Oh, nice. And I'm thinking about getting a few Molus G300. Love the EOS, but the Zhiyun is a bit more compact, so I'm debating it. How you liking the Zhiyun? That's great. So I got these here. I wanted to talk about it. Yeah. Love your article on how the RGB lights can expose bad lighting techniques, by the way. You're talking about the coloured light. This one, Sam, right? Yeah. I wrote this years ago. Right, and it's still one of my most popular articles now. And again, it's one of those things that I kind of take for granted. And then, I had a bunch of messages from people saying, how useful it was. So it's great. People find it useful. Yeah. So I will talk about that in a second, Sam. These Molus. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, it does get diffuse light, but very focused. Okay. So Anders is adamant that that's gonna. The only difference would be the distance of where that grid is. That's all. Yeah. I mean, I could put the sock on the inside of my beauty dish as well. Because it just pops in. I could just put the sock on the inside. Yeah. I mean, look, if it works for you, then yeah, great. Yeah. 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 So yeah, let's have a chat about some of these lights then. So seeing we're on the subject and Sam kind of mentioned it, let's bring this up. So, like, we all know what strobes, typical strobe. We know what that is in terms of the size and that sort of thing. We kind of just saw Profoto as well, showing us that monoblock, right, which is kind of the typical thing. And then Godox did this similarly with their LED head, right? So exactly the same principle. You got your S-fit here at the front, and then you got your monoblock here. Now the main kind of difference with a lot of these monoblock styles, which is kind of a pain in the ass in my opinion, is this thing that you have to deal with hanging off it, right? The transformer or whatever it is. Now, Aperture and Nanlite, I think, have control boxes. I think they call them as well, where that's what the dials and stuff is. So, look, like these things are a real pain in the ass, right? Because you got the light up high. It's kind of an awkward height. None of them have any handles or ties or anything like that. I really want to be able to have like a handle or a box or something that I can kind of hang it off this in some way. So these transformers in so many of these or power units, whatever it is, in so many of these LED single light heads is a real pain in the ass. That's just me, right? I'm sure you get used to it and that sort of thing, but coming from strobes and monoblocks where it's just boom, you can just move the head around. Yeah. One thing I do really like about this Godox is this diffusion cover here on the front. It's got much lower because I'm facing away. I'll try and bring the microphone around here. So the one thing that I love about this Godox one is this diffusion cone here and dome here. This is actually noticeable, and the other single point LEDs I've tested don't have that, and you need to be kind of careful with it, because this can really help to clean off some of the edges when you're using just a hard dish. So like the shadow transition, you know, where a shadow ends and like the light begins and that sort of thing. This thing can actually help quite a lot. And you go, well, Jake, you know, you can't ever take it off. That is the downside, right? You can't ever get rid of it. With some of the other strobes you could put on, maybe like a diffusion gel or something like that, and maybe you get the same thing. But I do really like this diffusion cone, diffusion dome on there. So that's kind of like the standard, yeah, that we see in so many of the LED single point heads, right? So let me get this one. Just a sea of cables on the floor. Sam, where was the workshop you did? Where was the workshop you did your like the Jun workshop? Where was it? Yeah. Getting tired of bulky tools. Yeah, only keep the traditional single point light designs because they are more modifiable. Yeah, that's it, Sam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same. Yeah, so those of you not aware, this is the Jun G300, and so this is the actual head where you actually put the modifier, right? So which is great, pretty standard. And then this bracket here is really strong. I was kind of sussed that this was, I think I'd seen early images or whatever it was, or I'd seen it at a trade show or something like that, and I was like, I don't know about that. But yeah, this bracket here at the bottom is really good. Absolutely rock solid, and pretty lightweight. And the benefit of this is you can put it up wherever you want, quite high and that sort of thing. And the way that they've broken their light down is to have their kind of control box completely separate here. Okay, so you've got the head, yeah, and then this is attached to this here, and this is where you do the controls of the power and all that sort of stuff here. So this is the power pack and the control. So this is what we refer to as like a control box, and then you can hang it off near the light stand, something like that. So this is a really nice mix. And I was like, this is a bit of a novelty, and I was like, well, wasn't sure. And then I started to use it, and having the benefit of being able to put this S-Fit wherever you want with it's got almost like no profile to it as well. You could, like, low ceilings and stuff. This is great for putting lights up high, because you know you can put this right against the ceiling. Okay, granted you need a little bit of fresh air for the fan there, but for the most part you can put it up real high. And then you know you can have this. I mean, this is a really long cable. So Jake, you said you didn't like the transformer on that one, but this one is kind of more purpose made, right? Like I said, it's the actual control box with the power unit or whatever it is, and you can hang it off a stand very easily. So that is a very good light, yeah. And I was surprised. I was surprised at that, yeah. Really well made as well, yeah. Really well made. So yeah, Sam, is that the one you were thinking of, Sam? Hey Vlad, how you doing, mate? Because that's the G300, right? So that one is going to be 300 watts, and it has a boost mode that you can take it up to 500, right? You just hold down the buttons, which we've kind of gone over before, and you can take it up to 500. So it's 500 watt, and I mean it gets very loud for 500 watts, but I mean you have the option there, which is like, don't forget, 1,000 watts would be so 600 watts would be double the power of 300. So we're getting like 2/3 of a stop extra brightness for all that noise. So that's that. So you got the kind of the two units, the actual light and then the control box itself. The next one I wanted to show you was what I was kind of really interested at with which was again, this is the Jun, but this is the 500, I think. Yeah, 500, right? And this is the whole unit. So this is a proper, almost like monoblock style, in that there's no, I mean, sure, you got to plug it in, but there's no control box, there's no transformer or anything like that. So I'm just gonna take the plug out, and I'm just gonna take the modifier off. So this is the entire unit, right? This is 500 watts, remember? Right? The thing is crazy. The thing is nuts. Like it's not crazy heavy, right? But you know, as you can see, you know, S-fit at the front there, but it's super bare bones. You know, really stripped down, and like it's we got 1, 2, 3, like 3 or 4 fans on that. I mean, it's just nothing but bulb and fans. You know, you got your power on one side, and then you kind of Kelvin on the other, and that's it. This is a very appealing unit for it to be just a single head, like an old monoblock. But look at the size of that, right? You know what a 500 watt strobe looks like. You know, this is I'm impressed. I got to say, you know, I am really impressed with this. You know, S-fit again. Bare bones, really stripped down. No fancy bells and whistles on this, but like it's great. It's great. Yeah, solid bracket as well. Umbrella mount at the bottom as well. So I think there's a lot to be said for those single unit heads. Yeah. Fan noise an issue, and overheating an issue in your tests. So the fan noise when I was using the 300 there, right? When you boost it up to 500, like there's no other word for it than loud. Yeah, for sure. And some of these, if you're running this fully cranked at 500 watts, you're right. There is going to be a noise. It doesn't bother me. I don't shoot any video at all. It has absolutely zero impact on me at all. I've usually got a fan on anyway for the wind with the hair and all that sort of stuff. And you know, if a model's really kicking up fast, you know, she's probably got a music on as well. So like there's always noise on. So I have no qualms at all with fan noise. But you're right. If you've got these things cranked up, yeah, they're going to be they're going to have the fan on for sure. Yeah. So if you've got any questions about them, then let me know. But I just kind of wanted to mention how enticing I find this single unit, as opposed to, you know, the transformer and the control box and all that sort of crap. And apart from the fact that I spent all those years coming away from plugged-in strobes to now, you know, to then having battery powered strobes, which was amazing. And now all these damn lights are going back to being plugged in again. Yeah, again, which is another thing why the rotor lights are so good, right? It's just a single unit. Okay, you got the battery on the back, but like there's no power pack or control unit or anything like that. That's it, right? So their new Nova Pro 3, like the more power that's come out, that's got a control unit that has to be, you know, clamped to the stand, and it's a major deal. Yeah, but these single units that you can just put in a bag, you can carry a couple of those in a bag, or you know, this thing, sure, you got to plug it in, but a lot less fuss. Yeah. Not RGB though, right? So I have to go back to using Hicks gels again. That's true. It's true, Sam. Yeah, you're right. These are not RGB. The Godox one here was RGB, and I don't know. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of a single monoblock head like this that is RGB. Does Jung do one? Can't remember. Yeah. Is the 500 watt overkill for your type of work? No, I mean, it's like the LEDs. I mean, I'm probably shooting. I mean, I would never shoot above 100 ISO in the past, but now we're using LEDs. You know, I'm regularly shooting ISO 200, maybe even 400, but it's not a big deal with modern cameras. It's not the big no-no that it used to be, right? So, yeah, I think it's I don't think I ever run any of these maxed out. In fact, I was doing a shoot the other day where I was using ND gels on this. Yeah, I was using ND gels on this. So again, you have the issue of, like, that's what the Pro Photo Head was so impressive at 11 stops, because most LEDs do not have a huge stop range, right? They do it in percentages, again, because they can't measure light in the same way that we're used to with flashes, because flashes is a single point, LEDs are spread out, over a wall of light, but which is why they do it in percentages, and that percentage scales. Whereas before you would go, I can dial in one extra stop of light. You can't do that with these LEDs because it's percentages. Yeah. You aren't even shooting on a modern camera. Shots fired, man. Shots fired. So, Vlad, because I know you're shooting on the AK Potato as well, but I saw, who was it? Danny Diamond. Do you guys remember photographer Danny Diamond? He's been around a long time, and he was on Facebook saying that he has gone back to shooting his D850 because he used to shoot Sony, right? So I was like, are you memeing? Like, are you for real? Posts. Here you go. Look. Here you go. Look. You guys. Oh, you guys can't see it. Yes. So, Danny Diamond. Yeah. Sorry, folks. The D850 files are just untouchable. I've been trying to do headshots like this on my Sony cameras, and I just haven't been able to look at the depth, detail, color, and creamy bokeh. Now, I honestly, because I've met Danny, I spent time with him, and he is an odd duck, so I can't tell whether he's memeing or whether he's being serious. I can't tell whether he's taking, because he was like dyed in the wool, Sony, as well. Like, if you want to laugh, like, the comment section is wild, and most of it is actually recluse Nikon shooters coming out the woodwork going, yeah, no, I've always thought it was amazing. Yeah. And then the other half of the Sony shooters going, it's the lens. It's the lens. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's definitely worth a look. But yeah, I honestly can't tell whether he's taking the mic or not. Yeah. I bet they do it in percentage because doing it in watts would be complicated. Lots of people. I mean, I guess you could translate it, but the way that I see it, Vlad, is because it's a panel of light doesn't drop off in the same way that it drops off from a single point of light, right? The inverse square law is kind of out the window a little bit when it comes to a panel light. So that's why the curve is if you go from like 15% to 25%, that might be a stop of power, right? But if you're at the other end, you might need to go from 75% to like 93% to get another stop of power. So it's like diminishing returns as you get to the higher end of the percentage. So that's my guess. And I think I spoke to Rod at Rotelight. I said, is that why it's percentage? And he's like, yeah, it doesn't scale the same way. Yeah. I saw that. Maybe want to get D50 instead of a Z. Oh, you saw this post, Vlad? Did you see that? Have you read the comments on it? Gold, man. Yeah. Danny got his D850 back, and said his Sony A1 lacks soul. So is he being real or not? Because I thought he was always touting Sony. Yeah. I've just got a D800E delivered today. Excited to go back. Oh, nice, Terry. Go back. Whoa. So what do you mean go back? What were you using? Yeah. What do you think about that? Do you care a lot about tool having personality? Sam, this stream is not long enough for that question. How dare you just drop that bomb in here? You can't just be coming in because, like, I'll talk about it. You know my feelings on it. Look, I just did a session with a guy before we jumped on stream here, and I did a session with him, and he was doing a mentoring session, and just asking about feedback and that sort of stuff, and the images. And I said to him, I said, look, I immediately saw your images, and I know that you shoot on Sony. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing, right? And you can tell that somebody shoots on Sony because those images are, wait for it, kind of clinical, right? And I think that we're in an age now with this anti kind of AI rhetoric that we're all kind of fending off, and Sony images look too clean, too clinical, in my opinion, and they're getting to be very close to the kind of like the AI look. So I wonder. Look, I really do wonder as to where that's going to go. And obviously, you can dial that down. You can put a crappy odd lens on it or whatever, or you can tweak it in post and that sort of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with a Sony camera at all. But Sony are very good at marketing, right? Do you want sharper images? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Do you want edge-to-edge sharpness? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Do you want like it's an easy sale, right? It's an easy sale. Like nobody in their right mind is going to say no to that. But it is interesting talking to people, and we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. Let's have a look. What do you think about that? You have the mic level different between face only and screen. Oh, do I? So is this? Oh, okay, I'll check that. But is this loud enough or not? I think it should be fine. Fine. Okay, I'll have a look at that though. I'm glad, yeah. I don't think you're wrong, Steve. I just know that in terms of how it scales. So 50% is. Hopefully, I kind of covered that when I was. Maybe you typed that before I covered that, but you like my point about you go from 5% to 10%, or 5% to 15% maybe a stop, but you need to go from like 75% to 93% to get like a stop at the other end, because it's a wall of light as opposed to a single point. Yeah. We should screenshot and print it on our lights. Nice. Yeah. One day I'll do some testing with a light meter. Yeah, I mean that's what I did, Steve. Yeah, when I got the rotor light, that's exactly what I did, and it's kind of like a sliding scale, right? It's diminishing returns on the panels. Yeah. Danny has like 10 posts about his D850 read. So I haven't. So I don't. It's not my sort of work. I don't typically follow him, and then these images kept coming up, and I'm like, what's he like? Anyway, so I just followed him the other day, and I was like, this good for a laugh, bless him, yeah. My little Sony RT. I got a couple of old eBay lenses here, Kai. You can throw that on there and just give it a little bit of soul back. Yeah. I've been Fuji mirrorless for a while. Actually, it's past 2 years. Okay, yeah, really missed my D700. Feel how things were before, especially ridiculously sharp. It's difficult, yeah. Like the sharpness thing is a weird one, right? And I was doing a mentoring session with somebody else on Saturday, and it's very difficult to kind of let go of that idea of sharpness, right? It's like I want the eyes to be sharp. Makes sense, right? Everybody wants that. Do I need the eyes to be sharp at like 10,000%? I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. I mean, look, Vlad will tell you he's definitely on the down and dirty side of photography. I mean, that man is out there shooting at a 50th of a second and just not a care in the world. So and look, I can sort of empathize with that style, and. I did a shoot a while back that was actually really popular. I didn't think it was going to be, and that was very rough and rugged, like the mirror tree setup. I didn't think anybody was going to like that, but that was very popular, and it was very rough and like 50th of a second, 30th of a second, and that sort of stuff. Like there is an argument to be made for it. Yeah. It's a trend right now. Sony shooters, a lot of them are buying the smaller Sony because of the retro design. Same thing with Nikon. A lot of buying the Nikon Z because it looks vintage. I mean, like Sam, yes, you're obviously right in that some people are doing that. I think it's less of a thing now. You know, the original Fuji X100. I mean, I bought that. I mean, that thing was absolutely crazy. You know, gorgeous design, retro design, beautifully made. The dog made it in through the forest of light stands, and like the Nikon one is cool, but I don't know how much mileage that kind of body design has now compared to like 5-10 years ago. Yeah. Or at least a camera that feels some kind of connection with. Yeah, maybe you're right, Sam. Maybe that's it. Yeah. People want a workhorse and a fun camera. Yeah. I mean, the tactile dials and knobs, I think Fuji tapped into really well, right? They put the dials back on the camera, and you know, I'm sure shouldn't be of much of a surprise to anybody, but people really kind of resonated with, oh yeah, I can actually adjust the aperture on the lens, or I can actually adjust the shutter speed here and that sort of thing. I think people did really appreciate that. Panasonic has something I haven't seen in the other cameras, and it makes me want to get one. 65 by 24 cropping camera. I'd have to have a look at that. Yeah. I guess the slogan for update the body. Many lens has reversed. People are unhappy with the marriages and want to go back. Wow. I mean, it's maybe not going to be the tagline that they'll use, but I mean, yeah. Got the obligatory Helios 44-2, like every other mirrorless shooter. I've got it here, Kai. I've got it here. There you go. Yeah. How many of those did they make? Can you imagine? Yeah. Do you think you missed the full frame Fuji? You're going to crop the medium format. That's what you mean? Because Fuji doesn't do full frame, right? Stop saying good stuff about me. Yeah, kind of thing that feels more like art. Shatner seems to get obsessed over. I think so. I think. Look, I do this thing. I used to do it when I was back in the studio. Teaching guys coming in, right? And I know I've said this to you before, but I will say it to you again now. New guys and girls used to come in, right? And they'd be super keen. You know, they just got their certificate, they passed, and that sort of thing. Get me in the studio, I'm ready to go. And you know, I would say to them, look, that's great, but sit down a second, and I want you to kind of write down like 3 things, 5 things that you think make a perfect photograph to you, right? So they sit down, they write it down. It'd be, you know, in focus and correctly exposed, and you know, white balanced, and rule of thirds, right? This sort of stuff, right? And then I go, okay, cool. Go away for an hour and find me 20 of the most amazing images that you've ever seen in your life. And I'm talking about find the 20 best photographs you've ever seen that you think have ever been taken, and bring those 20 images back to me. So go away, sit down, you go through whatever, Pinterest or whatever it was, and you know, bring back these gorgeous, incredible images, beautiful images. And I'd go, right, we're looking at these 20 images, and I'd go, look, when we're looking at these images, what are the first thing that springs to mind? Is it, ooh, that's in focus. Ooh, love the white balance on that. And, you know, it's just, correctly exposed. It's not. Like, this is not, like, these are not things that make great photographs, but these are the things that camera manufacturers use to sell cameras, right? Sharp, you know, beautiful, you know, accurate white balance and all this shit. Like, that's not what makes a great photograph. And I think somewhere along the way, a lot of that gets lost, right? Because when you're looking at some of your favorite images you've ever seen, at no point are you going, whew, in focus, love it. It's just bullshit, right? It's just a prerequisite. This is not what makes images great, right? There's so much more to it. And I think sometimes there are a lot of cameras out there that we kind of need to have a little bit more organic, you know, personal storytelling with it, rather than just this generic box that captures stuff like a photocopier, right? 6524 is the Hasselblad. Oh, is it? Gotcha, Vlad. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the old thing that, because Fuji made that for them though, right? Like the old panoramic one. Fuji make that for them. Way back when. So I don't think we've got anything crazy here. Oh, I just wanted to mention this. This is not a thing that happens much anymore, but it's just something to be mindful of. So I've started to see more like these magazines start trying to charge people for features, right? So this Roll Up magazine, which is these guys here, and look, they've actually got some good stuff on there, right? Good stuff. And they reached out and sent me an email going, yeah, wow, lovely stuff, 200 quid, and we'll get you in here. Don't do this. Please don't do this, right? This is not, don't ever be in a situation where you need to pay to be in a magazine. You're just wasting your money. It's just not worth it. And I don't know whether these guys are desperate for money. I get it. I'm sure they are, but it is only going to lead to a degradation in quality when they are, getting people to pay to be featured, which is a shame, man, because they got some good stuff. Like, they've got some beautiful work in here, and I think it's only going to water it down when we start seeing this. It's been a couple of years since this was a thing, but just thought I'd mention it as if it's coming back. Just be wary of it. Yeah. I think that's it. That's all the bits that we covered there. That's all good. Okay, let's see what we got here. So let's give this a refresh. But magazines claim exposure will make you money in the long run. Yeah, who is looking at that magazine apart from other photographers? That's the thing, right? They're not the ones paying you. But yeah. The exposure thing is just so played out now, right? Yeah. So many models I know want to do caviar for magazine, thinking it's the same real publications. So I'm glad you brought that up, Chris. Yeah, because I joined up with them, I don't know, years ago now, and I was like, oh, this could be cool. This could be cool, and then it just all went tits up. Yeah, but I forget what their thing was. How do you even spell it? Oh, I'll just do it. That's right. Is it caviar? Caviar. Yeah. Those of you that aren't aware, get published. Free to submit. Okay, at least that's something. All right. It's so funny. This used to be such a rat race back in the day, like magazine submissions. Man, I'm going back 10 years now, but yeah, it was nearly 10 years, I suppose. That was a rat race back then, man. It was like, this is before magazines had properly died, and we would have a list of editors and that sort of stuff that you'd send in editorials to. And back then, you used to have to get approved back then. But yeah. So I presume they have like a magazine. I forget what they do now. I really don't. But yeah, this is the caveat. I think they got some good stuff on there. But yeah. Half a is that right, Chris? Yeah. That's it. If they're charging, like this one is Scorpio Gin, I think it is. Could be wrong, but yeah. Wanted GFX medium format, but didn't want to pay those prices, especially for something quite niche. It's come down a lot though, Terry. You can get them for like 1,500 quid or something. Yeah. Exactly, Sam. Exactly. Look, like it's a little bit of fun. We used to play. Yeah, we used to play the game back in the day, but it's lost all of its weight now. You're right, Chris. There are some great photos on there. Yeah. Which I don't exactly get sold outside the element. Exactly, yeah. Nobody's seeing it apart from other people in the industry, and I think it's I think it's kind of pointless when you can kind of pay to get in. You don't really have any idea as to whether you're good enough, right? It used to be, because it used to be like this benchmark, like this high watermark of getting stuff published. You'd be like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Internationally published. How often have you seen that shit, right? And you know, it used to mean something, and it doesn't anymore. But it used to mean something because it used to be a qualifier. But yeah, not worth anything now. You know. Yeah, I've forgotten about those, Chris. Yeah, thanks. Why has this got 5 shares? BDSM party. I'm not clicking that. I'm obviously reaching the right people. Let's have a look. So we got some good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, here he is. Look, here he is. Look at this old camera on it. Yeah. We got here Etienne, nice. Etienne, yeah, good. Olivia, nice. Got some Eduardo. Anders, cool. Okay. Quality is excellent, guys. Quality is excellent. Really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's get cracking with these then. So we got Liz first. Fish and chips Christmas party at the Camera Club. So choosing free food over your live stream. It's just, some people just hurt me more than they know. This was back with my Lumix S5 Rhodolite. I just bought tubes from Nanlite, two older model, two newer model, both 4 feet, and they're Forza by 60 with a projection. Nice. Okay. Yeah, nice, Liz. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. And the Mini Fresnel. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. God, we're in there with both feet with old Nanlite. Okay, Liz. Good stuff. This is beautiful, by the way. Yeah, really, really nice. Yeah, great colors, great vibe. But this is Liz. This is not shots fired at you. It just happens to be relevant. So this is what we were talking about with these sharper images, right? We have this period piece, like vintage style, Art Deco, Gatsby kind of style image, and then it's shot like razor sharp, right, on this really clinical lens. So I think as well, we got to think about the right camera and lens for the story, right, for the project. So would this image have benefited being shot on, one of Vlad's dirty old lenses? Would it have had a little more sense of authenticity with it, right? It's not just about what she's wearing and the location and the style of the hair and all that sort of stuff, right? What are all the steps in the process? Styling, environment, hair and makeup, but also camera and lens can have play a big part. I remember speaking to Lee Filters back in the day, and they were saying that the show The Crown, right, and that's all shot digitally. Of course it is. It's all shot digitally. The show The Crown, but it's a period piece, right? Period piece. They had to shoot the whole thing with dirty old filters on the lens, right, to kind of knock it back. You can't shoot a period piece, right, with it being Sony sharp. It just doesn't work. So they were using lens filters on the whole thing to kind of knock it back, right, to kind of take out some of that clinical edge to it. Doesn't feel timeless when it's hyper sharp. Look, yeah. Me and my potato lens are in good shape. It's you hang on long enough. It's coming back. Look, it's coming back. Yeah, those flared bottom trousers, a neon yellow headband. You're gonna be back in fashion before you know it. Vlad has hung on long enough. It's your time to shine. But no, in all seriousness, to Liz here, it is something to think about, right? Just take the edge off, put a filter over this or something like that, just to knock it back. You don't have to use an old manual focus lens if you don't want to, but thinking about a lens or something like that, a lens filter, Dream filter or something like that from Prism FX or something. That's probably a good example. Like Pro Mist is fine, but it's only going to kind of take away the edge from some of the shadows. I think sometimes something like this, you want something to do something with the highlights as well. Yeah. So yeah, beautiful shot, Liz. I just would have loved to have seen just a little bit more light in the eyes, just because of where I know she's got eyelashes on and that sort of stuff. But you know, just either just bringing that chin up a tiny bit or bringing that light around just a tiny bit more, just to see a little bit more light in the eyes. But otherwise, I love the kind of pool of light that she's in. Gorgeous, and the colouring as well, because this is definitely warmer than I'm sure it would have been, you know, had it been accurately done. So I love the fact that this has been warmed up. Yeah. Funny thing is that lately I'm shooting Sony a lot. Man, you've changed. You've changed. You think you know somebody? Just betray you like that. Can't believe you succumbed. So Chris, I had my first shoot in over a month and was trying out a new studio and decided to use all continuous lights. There are a lot of ambient light sources at this place and ended up just using a single Rotolight Neo 3 for my key. Okay. Interesting. Was going for a warm bohemian vibe. So again, period piece, right? For the look, what do you think, Jay? Any suggestions, especially where I don't have control over the rest of the light and space? Okay. Look, I might have to sit down here a minute. Let's have a look. Too much stuff. Let me get this. The dog was panicking with the desk coming down, Indiana Jones style. Okay. So it was a lot of ambient light sources at this place. Ended up just using single Rotolight Neo 3 for my key, which is kind of wild, right? Yeah, I was going for a warm bohemian vibe for the look. What do you think? So yeah, I mean, let's kind of test this. Yeah. How you doing, Sin? How you doing, mate? Let's bring this into Photoshop. Let's have a look. So, okay, so we don't have a lens filter on or anything like that, but you know, we can use. Let's have a look. We got the these on-rec things. This thing here, right? So what this does, this is a little plugin that kind of gives you a little bit of glow on some highlights. I'm just checking the screen, see what you guys can see. So obviously that's a lot there. Let's come in here. I got subtle film is the ones that I've made in the past. So what is this program doing? This plugin is just looking at the highlights, right? And it's just trying to give it more of a natural bloom to it, right? So it feels like it's kind of shot through an old Helios. And so down here, if you guys aren't familiar, so with X-ray, this goes into like the masking, right? So as with any other mask, the bit that we are working on is the highlight. So we can change it up here with the threshold. Let's have a look. I really don't want the shirt, right? Because the shirt is glowing. I really want the lights glowing, but not the shirt, right? So let's see if we can do this. We might not be able to, but maybe let's play with the threshold. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we've still got the highlights there. I can tolerate that shirt there like that. Okay. So you can see we got rid of the shirt, but we've still got the points of light in here, which means that we can kind of make them glow, right? So we can come out of there. And so here we can pump it up. You start to see the glow there now. I can turn it off and on. So you can see what it's doing. So this has gone green for some reason. So we want to kind of get rid of that. So I'll go to the color section here. And we can obviously choose a color that we want here. So we want it to be warmer than that. Yep, something like that. We can ease off on the saturation a little bit. Make it more realistic. Let's have a look. There's a nice bit of glow, right? A bit of glow. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It's this. So play with this. Yeah, I think we want the gamma, so it's more of a spread, more of a haze, and then less of a blown out highlight. Yeah, that's nice. I can live with that. That's cool. I mean, again, we're probably in a JPEG, so we don't have the data here anyway, but, you know, I could see that being viable. Non-destructive as well. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can live with that. I don't think I mean, I kind of like the color toning that he's gone for here. I really do. Already, I don't think we need to do too much. You can just lock in a few of these browns and oranges a little bit. That's looking good. And just add maybe just come in here with the blue a little bit as well, just to freshen up some of those whites. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to do anything to the red, but I will just have a look. I don't think we're going to get, yeah. Just add a little bit of contrast in the skin there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think as a great example that we're just talking about that, and the style of lenses and that sort of thing, and then we had like two kind of period pieces there. We had one which was like Gatsby, and then we had another one which was like Bohemian. So it's kind of interesting, right? So I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with your color grade before. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of atmosphere in there, just to take the edge off. But Chris, to answer your question, excellent image, really good. Yeah, and I do generally like the color that you've gone for here. I think it works really well, and I think that the light that you've added to it is subtle, but definitely we've opened it up here. So I think sometimes, more often than not, photographers can be very guilty of kind of overdoing it at a location, and they just have all this kind of ambient light, and then they just studio portrait. It can look a bit fake, but I think this is done nicely. It's good. Yeah. Whiskey Crimson President, in year 2050 everything will be even sharper than what we have now. People will miss Synergy and Master 2 because I mean crazier things have happened, Sam. Crazy things have happened. Yeah. Whiskey Crimson President, yeah. Does OnRank allow you to brush off parts of the mask or slightly? Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, I think you can edit this as well, I think. After editing the contents file, so commit to... Oh, it's actually got it in there. Okay. Can I... So that's a separate... Okay, so that's a separate file because I opened that up. But I think if we go to the OnRank here, and then go to edit, and then the mask, and then I think I can paint onto the mask. What's this here? I know you can. I have done it, but I forget. Oh, there's the mask there, idiot. There you go. So there you go. So you can go. So we can go. Do you know what? Can we get rid of that, or does that add it? So it's everything else. So it's masked out everything else apart from that. Okay. So what if we erase that? And I presume you could... That's a weird way of doing it, huh? You just mask out... So I'm just going to see... Oh, yeah, okay. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you could play with it and you could load up a mask anyway, but you can do it if you wanted to. So you could... Put the X-ray on, go into the mask, edit that out, and then... get rid of the mask. Yes, you could go in and kind of mask everything out apart from that. Kind of a weird way of doing it, but you could also load like an alpha channel as well. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that as well, Grabs. Yeah, you're just painting exactly what you want rather than having it looking at the light. Yeah. I think in the past I've kind of done it through a specific mask in the Photoshop mask, and then you can load that as a channel, so you can be really accurate with it in the Photoshop side of it. You don't have to fuss around in the actual Honoric itself. Yeah. That's pretty cool. It was Honoric. Yeah, Honoric. He's a good guy, man. Yeah, he's a good guy that runs it. Yeah, it's a clever little piece of software. Yeah, Honoric. See if I can find it here a second. Yeah. Black Friday. How much is it? I think it was 100 and something quid or something. Oh, so that is actually a legit sale, because I paid it. That's what I paid. Yeah, that is actually that. So it's not just a fake Black Friday sale. Yeah, that's actually $60. Can't argue with that. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Grab it. But this is the sort of stuff they do. Yeah. Add a lot of noise, maybe. Exactly. Yeah. Got a quick hack from Bloom in Photoshop. Duplicate the layer 2 times. Set both of them. Copies linear burn. Yeah. I mean, so what Vlad's saying is here, Mr. Cheap as Chips over there, who doesn't like buying anything. What he's saying is what Honoric is doing is Honoric is using the power of Photoshop to do what you could do manually, just with a lot of extra steps, right? So yeah, what Vlad is saying there is true. There are sort of workarounds for it as well. Yeah. How to play with the Boris Optics app trial, not bad, but a bit gimmicky, so I'll not be paying 80 quid with discount. Is that 80 quid all in though, Sin? You get everything for 80 quid one-time fee? The Retouch Me full plugin is, however, is a real-time saver. Dodging burn, heating are great. Retouch is okay. Retouch for me. So we used that on stream. The Evoto thing is actually pretty good. Haven't seen this though. I haven't seen this. Okay. Oh, he's crazy now. It's all kind of the AI plugins is wild, right? I mean, Evoto was the... I mean, maybe if you fucking lit it properly beforehand, you wouldn't need to use this program. Jesus Christ. What was the state of that? I'll have a look at that. I haven't seen that one, yeah. Definitely wanted to draw the... Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think you definitely achieved that, Chris. Yeah. Just painting what you want, yeah. Hicks, I know you prefer umbrella strip boxes as fill, but you don't find them useful in some specific scenarios. What, soft boxes? No. No. Yeah. That's why. Imagine that as a strip box. It would be even worse, Sam. Yeah. It's just not worth it. Yeah. Just get yourself a cheap umbrella. Grabs seeing a load of mask. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mario was always trying to improve our add more flexibility. Oh, okay, you know him, Grabs, do you? Okay, that's cool. But maybe it was you who put me onto him to begin with, if I'm honest. Yeah, I apologise if you are, yeah. By the way, I'm not affiliated with it. Yeah, no, but you're right. Yeah, Mario, because I'm an absolute Luddite, right? So I couldn't get it to work on my Mac. So I messaged them going, have I just been duped? And he was like, hey Jake, big fan of your work, and jumped on a video call, and he walked me through it. But yeah, really nice guy. He's definitely on it, passionate about that plugin. So look, I don't mind giving money to people like that. Yeah. If you don't want to do, I just said sell actions is cheap. Honestly, it's shameless in here. I actually ended up buying Evoto. Did you, Grabs? Because they used to have a it used to be pay as you go, right? You get like 1,000 retouches for like $10 or something like that. But did I hear somebody say that they stopped that? Manny Ortiz uses it. Say no more. So where's the payment then? We haven't got the money here. Yeah. Because it used to be pay as you go. Yeah. Because they reached out to me and was like, "Do you want to be sponsored by us?" I was like, it didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me. Yeah. Tested the trial. It could save me hours of editing studio stuff. I need to get done fast. Look, that's what it's there for, man. That's what it's there for. Yeah. Hey Dave, how you doing, man? Yeah, just for the optics plugin alone. Gotcha. Okay. Twixler, how you doing? Yeah, it gives you credits, but I got it during a sale. Nice. Trying to get my head around the frequency separation tool. They do free. Do you use this as well, Dave? Do you use Evoto, or are you using whatever this other one that retouched for me? Yeah. A lot of people going down that. Yeah. Evoto has ridiculous pricing. What does that mean, Michael? Like super expensive? I can't see prices on there. Yeah, I can't see prices on there. Well, I'm being blind. Like what? Or you got to sign up to see it. I think I've still got it installed. I thought I did. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Probably shouldn't have clicked that live on stream, but will it open up, or is it? Oh, it is opening up. Okay. You have to pay for a mounted photos like 800, 1600. Yeah. License. Oh, you got the license for perpetual use. Grabs. Nice. Okay. And how much was that for? So you can use that program, Retouch Me or Retouch for me or whatever it is, for how long? Like forever? And you paid one-off fee? Nice. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah. I mean, there's so many of these AI tools out now that I think it's super competitive. Do you see how long that takes to load? That is definitely accessing the mainframe. Just close that down. that is definitely talking to the mothership right there. Retouch Me, retouch portrait volume, dodge and burn, frequency separation. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I imagine you do retouching fairly quickly and perfect control manually. I imagine you do retouching fairly quickly and perfect the control of manually doing it. That's saving time with AI retouch. Isn't that appealing? No, it's not. I mean, we can't go. Okay, right. Sony's too clinical. Let's ease off. Let's go back to the old D850 potato. And then let's just buzz it through AI retouching. It's not going to be. It's going to be, yeah. For me and my work, there's no way. But my work is not. I don't need to do a lot of files, right? I'm only doing like 10 files, so that's why they're all done manually. I would never use this personally. But that's not to say that it's bad. And if I go back to my studio days where I had to do like 50 images in an hour, not exaggerating, using this all day. No question about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The credits work for all tools, but if you have the tools separately, you can keep them forever as far as I know. Nice, yeah. Retouch Me is clunky, but works well. One-time payment. One-time payment, eh? Okay. I'll have to look at that. Yeah. But there's so many of these tools coming out now that, I mean, they're going to be very competitive. Yeah. Very competitive. System requirements. I mean, you can do this on your phone, I should think, right? Because it's all in the cloud, right? It's all cloud processing. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Free products. Oh, frequency separation is the free product. Is this what you were talking about, Dave? Gotcha. Oh, yeah, the old school. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so have a look. Yeah, have a look. Good shout on that. Let me just minimize that and forget about it forever. I'm bound to forget about that. Okay, Danny Diamond. So Paul's shot here, a bit of a hard light from me with some DIY masking of the lights in the background. Paul, this is excellent, man. Are you still in here, Paul? This is really good. Yeah, this is really, really good. I saw this in the thumbnail, and I was like, because I know the size of your space. It's not massive. So I think you've done a really good job with this. Yeah, this is excellent work, man. Really good stuff. I'm kind of into the edit that you've gone for as well. Very, very stylized, kind of almost HDR-y with the, you know, like in some of the blacks and stuff here. But I think it works, man. Yeah, real clean. Yeah, about 60 quid for forever. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. That's nuts. I mean, hardly a risk, is it, for that? Yeah, this is really good stuff, Paul. And I kind of like the fact that you've really lent into this kind of exaggerated warmth in the skin. Very Harris Newcomb. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah, like it a lot. Yeah. Not sure about this kind of shadow back here, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. With some DIY masking of the lights for the backgrounds. I wonder if you mean you've masked them out. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, really cool though. Really cool. Yeah, I feel like if you'd got down a little bit lower on her, I know you got a low ceiling and it's difficult, but you know, it would have made her feel a little bit taller. You know. That's the current discount. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Retouch isn't a one-touch fix. Still need to clean blemishes, bruises, etc. Balance colors. Yeah, you just have to tend to retouch. Yeah, It's great that it's working for you, and I think if you're doing the sort of work that you're doing with the pole work, Dave, where you got a lot of images, it makes total sense. Yeah, makes total sense for sure. Yeah. Well, we've obviously got a new person in here. Hey, he doesn't know the rules. Eduardo, how you doing? Thanks for sharing this one. For taking my living room using 80 by 80 centimeter softbox as well, positioned to the right of the model, taking a photo using a 35mm lens, f6.7 speed light flash and a speed light. Okay. Saved it. Job done. I'm being overly harsh, Eduardo. Don't. welcome. But like, yeah, we don't normally get black and white images here, so I'm just being facetious and overly mean. I apologize. But yeah, thank you for sharing this. I think it's good to start playing with off-camera flash, right? Start playing around with it rather than having it on the camera or even just using available window light. I think it's great that you're kind of playing with that. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that one. And you can see the kind of feathering here as well, which is nice. Michael, 4 light setup. This is looking good, man. It's looking good. 4 light setup, main light, 60 by 60 softbox with blue gel in front. Nice. Overhead lighting position. Yeah, in here. Rim light, 2x, 180 centimeter strip box behind model. Okay. Left yellow, right red. Yeah, got that here. Yeah, nice. Lastly, opticals new at the background, moving good, but nice. Okay. Really good stuff, Michael, and love the finished post-pro kind of style that you got going on here. Nice and clean, but I don't think it's not overly done. I kind of like the color grade you've gone for here as well, like the overall purples, greens, and blues and that sort of stuff works well. Yeah. Just with those strip boxes, you could be careful with where they are, right? Because Sam was baiting me earlier on with strip boxes. But the point being is like the bulb's here, right? This is with the bulb, and no matter, like, you can have the strip box above the head, but the light is not above the head, right? So this is why we can tend to not get the light coming down from above, right? If we're using strip boxes, think about where the bulb is. Think about like the height of where the actual head is, because the light is just coming straight out the middle, right? There's nowhere near the same amount of light coming out down here and up here compared to the middle, right? Which is the hot spotting. So this can result in us not getting some light on top here. So in answer to Sam's question about why use an umbrella over that, an umbrella is going to help with spread the light more evenly, especially when we're going to have strip boxes, or in a situation like this as edge lights. An umbrella is going to make sure that light is bounced down, coming on top of the arm and stuff as well. What did you say, Janos? What text did you say that didn't show up? YouTube is pretty strict these days. Yeah, I don't have any sensors on or anything like that, unless you said the word black and white. then you would have been you would have been banned. Let's have a look. Just need dodge and burn, but heating plug and speed up your workflow. Bigger shortcuts are used, the greater than Gatsby actions. Oh, okay, nice, okay. How do you like tube lights for that kind of shots? Hicks. Tube lights are great. Tube lights are really good. And there's a couple of reasons for that. So we got a tube light here, right? And it's the same principle that we've just gone through with the LEDs, right? You've got hundreds of little lights, but it's the same power here as it is here, as it is here, as it is here, right? So tubes are like easy mode, right? If you're comfortable using tubes, crack on, right? If you need the stabilizers on, use tubes. But in all seriousness, I mean, very even light, right? This is why they're so popular, is because you can't go wrong with them. It's a very even light. I mean, you could just about work out how to turn on a camera, and you could have a half decent shot using a tube because it's a beautifully even light. So, which is the difference to, like we've seen before with a grid softbox, right? Where we've got the light in here, and then, we've got tons of light coming out here, and then like a little bit here, and like a little bit here. Diagram has been dramatized for educational purposes. But yeah, tube lights are simple, easy to use. Stripbox shapes light in a way umbrella won't, right? I would urge you to do the tests on a white wall, Sam. I would urge you to do a test on a white wall. I use umbrellas instead of strip boxes. If you would like to use strip boxes, I would encourage you to do so. I don't. Yeah. I did. I was commenting on the absence of color. You honestly type black and white. I didn't realize I had that filter on YouTube. Yeah. So Michael, sorry, come back to your shot. Great shot. I honestly, yeah, really good. Love the final edit on this. Beautiful, real clean, and just maybe thinking about like the heights of these strip boxes, or treat yourself to a couple of umbrellas. Got some good stuff in here. See, look, good comments in here. That's what we like to see. Good stuff. Oh, we got our resident Sony shooter next. I'm late to the stream, posting a natural light photo, so my apologies. But I'm extra proud of the shot I got here, and kind of sad I didn't bring out a big camera for the amazing sea of clouds. Any CC is welcome. So what was this shot on then? So it was a shot on the GoPro or something. Finishing edit right now. Kind of like this white border, Vlad. It's kind of cool actually, and in terms of that retro vibe that I think the image is going for, timeless image, right? Timeless fashion here, and this is cool, man. This is good stuff. Yeah, I actually really love the color grade. Yeah, beautiful stuff. So you just got the GoPro on a tripod behind you. Nice framing with the trees and stuff here. Nice little scoop down here. It's good stuff, man. Yeah, beautiful. Really good. Yeah. Shot on a Sony. Wow. Were the highlights clipped or not, Vlad? I mean, because if they were, like the grain has saved it. But I was just kind of curious. Yeah. I've noticed a lot of the Godox softboxes come with the Beauty Dish style reflector and how to combat the hotspot. Yeah, Dave, that's right. I've seen that, Dave. Yeah, look, Godox has got its faults, but they're switched on, man. I'm telling you. I would love to take the mick out of Godox for the patents that they have encroached upon over the years, but like they are switched on, man. That Beauty Dish is a banger, and I've seen those strip boxes with the diffusion cones in them. They are smart, man. They are smart. Yeah. I'll do the test. Just ordered a set of umbrellas and strip boxes after I read your articles recently. Oh, you're gonna do a side by side? Nice. Okay. Good. Last oxes I got had them in the bag. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Google the model so you can see what kind of camera it is. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. No clipping. No clipping. I clipped them in editing. Okay. RX 100 Mark IV. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. Mate, you want to sell that thing? Hello? £1,000 for this old thing. Mate, saw you coming. Oh, this is the 6. This is the 7. Sorry. Let's have a look. There's the 4. Why can't I just see the camera? So the RX 104. There we go. That's it. Oh, okay. Almost more like it. It's more like it. Okay, it's nice. Good stuff. That's what it means. You just had it in your camera, in your pocket. Just a camera in your pocket. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Buy on Amazon. 700 quid, mate. Giving it away. The Mark 750, it looked like a lot of money for that package. Yeah. No judgment on my end, but yeah. It's good stuff though, Vlad. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly nothing in there that shouts out to me other than my CC is all positive. I like the the vibe that you've got here. Love that preset. Do I have to plug these presets now? Is that what it was? Was it one of your presets for the low price? Good stuff there, man. Oh, this is cool, guys. This is cool. Yeah, 3 light setup, 1 Kelvin play bar, nice, for the red purple hues, and 2 pavo tubes. 6Cs on. See Kai don't want to make it difficult for himself. Kai knows where it's at. Kai wants an easy life. 2 pavo tubes, 6Cs on top of each other of the blue tone using a silver reflector, red side as well. Nice. There's a gold leaf. So I saw one of your kind of wider shots last week. Yeah, this is really cool. Really kind of dramatic image, and I love how bold you've been with the contrast here, Kai. I think many people would have shied away, probably myself included, if I'm honest. And it's very indicative of the time right now is to have all these shadows kind of lifted and that sort of stuff. But I think it works really well. Beautiful specular highlights on the black skin here. Really nice. I think it's really strong. Yeah. Did you retouch out any of the veins in the eyes? I think the eye looks kind of a little bit overcooked there, but maybe not. Maybe it's just the brightness of it. But yeah, it's really cool. And kind of interesting, just this simple basic element back here. Would have been, if this was all black, probably would have been too much. But yeah, this is good stuff, man. This is a really cool shot. Like it a lot. And the gold leaf just works so well with that color bouncing off. Really nice. Yeah. Gold leaf stuck on the skin through the power of baby oil. Interesting, Kai. Interesting. Okay, I've not tried that. Huh. Clever. I mean, yeah, I guess. That makes sense. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah. Let's have a look. I'll post it out camera. I'll have a look at that in a second, yeah. It's like 5 of my presets in that edit. Oh my God. Yeah. Easy makes it, and use your tips and moving it close. Nice. Yeah. Yes, fast Lightroom beauty stuff. Gotcha. Shot f1.3. Damn. Okay. I see you. f1.3. Still had to be ISO 320. What shutter speed we want, Kai? Christ. Do I need to refresh this, Vlad? I love it, man. I love it. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. That's awesome. But you see, there's color in everything, guys. There's no excuse. If Vlad can get color out of that, you guys have got no excuses. Yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah. Powerful presets, right? For the low price. Unfortunately, I don't have any BTS to set up, but it's from Etienne here. I don't have any BTS for the setup, but I use two 8300 Pros with a 35 and 160 strip box. Sam, you're in great company here, mate. And on the left, and just filtered bowl on the right, the two sources being reflected on two large white reflectors. Okay, nice. So, I mean, like, the benefit of bouncing lights into like large reflectors like this is we can really capitalize on like the shine on the skin to get these beautiful big specular highlights, which is really apparent in Kai's shot here, right? These really huge specularity because of how close the lights are. Nice big reflections. And this is great. Yeah, this is great. Like, so yeah, bouncing light into that nice, even nice large, catch lights and stuff. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Yeah. I think for me, I would maybe just have a tweak with the color grade here on the skin. Skin's looking just a little bit kind of muddy and grey here. I think you could definitely afford to just come in here and just warm this up slightly, Etienne, just a nice contrast against this blue on this side. See, the skin's okay up here where it's getting the direct light, but where this chin is like slightly down, it's getting a little bit muddy in here. I think you can just come in and just tweak that a little bit, just bring in the warmth here on this side. It would help give you a nice contrast with that blue. But really cool shot, really cool. Yeah, good stuff. I'm kind of cruising through these because you guys have been talking for so long. Getting late. Nice shot from Olivia here, beautiful. I'm looking for constructive criticism on the image itself and feedback on whether it's suitable for advertising. This self-portrait is intended for several magazines. Self-portrait? Nice, fancy. Self-portrait is intended for several magazines distributed across Northern West Canada. Magazine requested that I avoid using client images, even with a model release form. In return for a brief shoot with the new magazine owners, I received $750,000 worth of free advertising, so didn't raise any issues about not using a different model. Wait, what? So the magazine owner requested that I avoid using client images even with a model release form. So this is a self-portrait. Clever workaround, Olivia. Yeah. Wow. You are a beautiful lady. That is an amazing image. Yeah. Wow. You look great. Love that hair. Gorgeous hair. Amazing. I think this is great. I think this is really cool. I like you got the kind of greeny contrast with the with the red auburn hair there. It's kind of nice. I say the greeny. You've definitely got these greeny vibes, here and stuff. I think that works really well in contrast to the hair. You got a beautiful mane there. That's the main centerpiece. I think it's an awesome shot. I think it's great for magazine advertising. I think it's doing everything you need it to. Yeah, I would probably just edit out the logo here, just buzz that out. You don't really want any text on there to be distracting. Our eyes are drawn to the brightest part of an image first, and then text pretty much a close second, right? So you want the focus to be up here. So just buzz out the text on the cap there. But yeah, it's really good, Olivia. I mean, self-portraits are difficult. Really difficult. This is excellent. Yeah, nice, simple, classic styling. Good stuff. Yeah, really good. I mean, look, there's bits you could, I don't know, maybe I just maybe tighten up some of the toning here on the boots and the trousers and the jacket and the top to make sure they're all the same. Maybe you could go in there and kind of select the trousers, the boots and the jacket and that sort of thing, and then just desaturate them just to make the other colors in the image pop, i.e. like hair and stuff. That's kind of a trick that can help colors pop, is to kind of knock other things back. Yeah. Maybe just tidy up a couple of the kinks and creases back here, right? Just maybe tidy this up. A couple of bits down here. But otherwise, good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Not a bad trade, right? £7.5 worth of advertising and magazines. Good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah, good job. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got here. Vlad the Cowboy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Kai was talking about his image with the dark skin with the f1.3. Where was it? 140. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's saying them out in the image before and after. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rule 101 on how to sell your presets, make them look that good. Yeah, yeah. The power of Sony. Somebody stop that, man. What's he like? Michael, I would love to use nan-like bevel tubes instead of strip boxes, but those focus are expensive. Yeah, they are expensive, Michael. They are pricey. They are pricey. But you know, if you're shooting a lot, it's just a no-brainer. It really is. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, they are really good. Yeah. You can tell we got a room full of photographers here. Everybody's after discounts and deals. got any deals? Got any bear deals going? Yeah. Etienne, okay, thanks. Yeah, no worries, Etienne. Yeah, beautiful shot. Yeah, Dave, she's not holding a Sony. Yeah. I'll have a look, Gripes. Yeah. Yeah. So great stuff, Olivia. Beautiful image, and you look amazing here. Yeah, well done. Yeah, they'll be over the moon with that. Eduardo. Oh, it's another one from Eduardo. Isn't that Eduardo we had a minute ago? Eduardo's sneaking one in there. Eduardo. Oh my apologies. Was it just two Eduardos? And oh, it's different. It's close. So Eduardo 2 here says, this is a photo inspired by your pictures on the Sherry Shoot post. Nice, okay, Rose. Use several nan-like pavo tubes. Again, like nan-like, man, honestly. It's just, they're making bank. And pavo tubes and 300 FS 300C with a Fresnel lens. Okay. I have the model illuminated with 3 pavo tubes. Cyan from the front, which you can see down here. And then we got pink as a back rim light. So I guess we're looking at this fella here. And then back rim light from the left to south, the front, and then a yellow orange from the top. So we got the yellow orange up here. Okay, yeah. Background was illuminated with 2 purple tubes. He's got, how many tubes has he got? Mate, this guy drives a Ferrari, hands down. And pink spot in the center from SF for now. Okay. Good stuff, Eduardo. Yeah, really good stuff. Yeah, really nice. Nice colors. And I think it would have been, again, we just should be careful with like the brightest part of an image, right? We always kind of want the brightest part of the image to be like the face, really. So we want to be drawn into that here, and it feels like, you know, like the rib cage here is just catching the highlight as opposed to trying to get a little bit more light up here on the face. But otherwise, I think it's great. Tons and tons of color in here, which is really nice. Yeah, good stuff. So just maybe thinking about where I kind of missed it. Where's the white light? Is there a white light in here? Did I miss it? Got the FS300, but it's with the pink. And a pink spot in the center from the FS. So yeah, so I don't know where this white light is coming from, other than the fact it's maybe just all the lights merging and it's kind of going white. No white light. Okay, yeah, no worries. So that's interesting, right? So this is a really good example of how overlapping light can kind of do this, and with no white light here, where all these kind of lights are mixing, it's kind of getting closer and closer to white light, which is a rainbow, right? So, yeah, okay. So I think what we could do here, I know you'd probably run out of lights, but you know, if you had another light in here, just be nice just to get a little pop of white light here on the face, just a little, you know, just a spot or something like that, just not turn, doesn't need to be super bright, but just turn down. You see what I'm doing in my shot here, right? I'm kind of doing it with a light just from like the back and up high, so that the brightest part of the image is on the face, right? So we're just straight in there. That's where we're looking. So that's kind of what we're looking for with this here. But still a great image nonetheless. Yeah. Okay. Last but by no means least, Anders, here's a picture where I use coloured lights quite sparingly. 2 lights, key light with half CTO, nice, and a rim light with a blue gel. Okay. So 2 lights, key light with a half CTO and a rim light blue gel combined with ambient light in the garage. So most of this is going to be the ambient light. Haze is added in post. Okay, I'll allow it. And I like the model's red hair and the contrast to the green car. Yeah, it's true. It's nice. Yeah, but I would like to be more brave when using gels on location. I remember from your Pro EDU course, it was a blast from the past, that you were talking about lighting the environment in different colored zones, and we'll try that in the future. Yeah. So you see, this is this is what happens when we don't lighten zones, is that we can kind of lose the integrity of the color, right? When we have lots of different colored lights falling on top of one another, the colors lose their integrity and they kind of get a little bit washed out. So that's why on location, and you're absolutely right to reference that, Anders, is that when I'm on location, I'm trying to look at planes of light that I can fill. So like this back wall here, I'd maybe just have a super soft just glow of a color in there, or maybe like the floor is one, and that sort of thing. So I think I feel like the only thing that I like the atmosphere that we've got going on here. I like the color and the hair. I just feel like if we just had like a light coming in here just on the hair, just to give us a little bit more data in the back here. And look, it's all very well, not everybody's got infinite lights. I get it. You've only got a certain number of lights, but just to have just an extra kind of just a little bit more detail back here in the hair, and just to see the red and that sort of thing would have been nice. But the like the overall tones and that sort of thing, is this in focus? And maybe it's more focused on the thing there than the face, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we've got a little blue in here. I think maybe I can just see this blue kissing here. I think maybe if we'd tried to use that blue round more like this to have just like not as harsh, maybe soften it up, diffusion gel, something like that, and just so we've got more of it, but not as harsh. Don't want it to be overpowering with the highlight. Yeah. Right. Well, what a stream that's been. What a stream that's been. Now that everybody else has fucking plugged all their wares, all their snake oil, it's my turn. Don't forget online workshops and mentoring. Don't forget all that is available. And check out the workshops that are in there as well. The different ones. Obviously, to learn more about what's covered in each of these workshops, don't forget that you can just click on any of these and it shows you the kind of lighting setups that I cover in each of these as well. So there's like a ton of different ones. I've been doing a bunch of, which one was it recently? This one here, Creatively Simple Lighting. Yeah, so it's got a bunch of like kind of the softer washes of color as well that have been popular. So like some of these, that's still, I shot that years ago, still beautiful look. And then some of these like more kind of commercial gel shots where you're not kind of clipping colors and that sort of stuff, you're kind of just washing the subject in color. This technique's always been really popular. So check those out. And Sam, before you ask, no, there isn't a Christmas discount. Guys, I think that has been one hell of a stream. That's good. We've gone over a little bit there. I'm pretty hungry if I'm honest. But thank you for everybody that shared an image. Look, really appreciate everybody putting themselves out there with the images that they're sharing. And wouldn't be doing these streams without you guys sharing your work. And again, the caliber of work is outstanding. But don't let that put you off. As long as you're not sharing black and white, you're welcome here. Okay. But yeah, and also I will say it has been fantastic to see so many of you here, like the marked improvement, right? And some of you, Chris, Paul has been here a long time, and yeah, like this work from years ago is night and day, really good. And Chris as well, like some of the stuff Chris was doing years ago. I think this is a really good take on this environment, Chris. And I know I said it at the time, but I think you did well to not overdo it. I think it's beautifully done. Yeah. Michael as well, good stuff. All of you, I love you all equally. Guys, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. I'll just check if there's any last minute questions in here before we crack on. Love the self-portrait. No white light. You might want to read comment section. Oh, Graves! I thought I was going to have dinner then. What's he doing? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come on, let's all look at Gripes' images. Let's have a look. What we got? Chris is in here as well. Is this which one are you, Gripes? Or is that you? Is this you, Chris? Is this last minute submission? It must be you. Yeah. I shot this in a hotel. I mean, this is a great shot for a themed project. Experimented with grain and color grading, trying to make something interesting. The only light is visible in the shot. Yeah, this is really good, Chris. And this is kind of what we were talking about, right? Just knocking it back a little bit. This is not clinical. This is not pristine. This is really nice. Storytelling here, beautiful colors. I love the way that you kind of brought us into this with this color. So I mentioned before about how our eyes are drawn to the brightest part of the image. But you've knocked back this highlight here. You've really kicked this back, probably in post, because I'm sure it was blown out. And we are drawn to really like the main focal point here, which is the color. This is an excellent image, Chris. I'm glad that we all stuck around to check it out. Thank you for chiming in so late. But no, this is a great shot. Really, really nice. And again, I think you've done well to have some data down here in the shadows. Again, I think a lot of people would have kind of overlooked that. Yeah, this is an excellent shot. Really nicely done. Beautiful colors. Yeah. Yeah, what's this shot on, Chris? What's this shot on? Come on, if you say Sony. He's bound to say Sony now, yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, the face, yeah, where we're looking, Jake, yeah. No worries, Anders, no worries, yeah. No, we got there, Grabs. Yeah, no forum. That's news. Have produced better articles than you, Hicks. Thank you, Sam. Very kind. Thank you. Very kind. Yeah, it's all the best source of written education. I'll take that. Take that to the bank. Testimonial on the tombstone. Twixter, no worries, man. Appreciate the feedback. Using other pictures, feedback to get better. Any touring workshop next year? Yeah, new workshop. Yeah, next week will be the Christmas special live stream as well. I'll try and share some details of the new workshop, but we'll have some fun and games. We'll try and put together some freebies for people who tune in, but we'll do the annual Would You Rather photo edition next year. A little bit of fun. Christmas stream next Tuesday. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Next stream must have 1 hour, but really attracted to the brightest part of the image first. Like this is very cine stalk without the obnoxious halation. Yeah, nice. Cine still without the. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Sony A7. Nice. You knocked it back. Got to be Sony. There you go, Dave. I'll be pairing you, Dave. Yeah. You got called out, Dave. Yeah. Any Northways? Probably not Northways, I'm afraid, Dave. Yeah, we will be doing them down here in London. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah. Actually, use de-enhancer. All right. Did you, Gripes? Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. Okay. Look, I mean, I think it's a happy medium. I will be honest and say that I thought that it wasn't real in camera, but absolutely not a problem, right? I think it works really well, and I think you've done well to kind of knock it back, and I think it's a nice kind of bookend to what we've been talking about, in people taking their Sony cameras and then just trying to bring it back a little bit, and I think that it works really well with this type of cinematic shot. Yeah, really well done. A great image to end on. Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys, you've been amazing. Remember, next week, Christmas special. I'll try and dig out some old tissues here to give away or something like that. But yeah, and I shall see you next week. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Catch you in the next one. Bye.